Good afternoon. The National Police yesterday said they had dismantled 7 criminal networks operating along the Costa del Sol, arresting 55 highly violent suspects and confiscating nearly 9 tons of drugs. According to a statement, the operations conducted over the past month were part of a broader campaign to curb organised crime in the region. Among those arrested were 10 French citizens accused of taking part in the kidnapping of a Moroccan man in Marbella last year. 2 additional members of the same network were detained for their alleged involvement in the attempted murder of 2 Swedish nationals back in December. Police said the intended victims managed to escape by leaping from a 30-metre embankment after armed men stopped their car. Another French organisation targeted in the raids was allegedly behind a series of violent robberies against rival traffickers. Investigators said the gang used a utility vehicle with a concealed compartment to move weapons without arousing suspicion. Authorities have repeatedly voiced concern over the growing footprint of foreign criminal groups on the Costa del Sol. The government will require poultry to be confined indoors in high-risk areas from November the 10th to prevent the spread of bird flu, so the Agriculture Ministry said this morning, after a rise in outbreaks across Europe and several new cases were detected locally. The measures are precautionary and come after the risk level increased in recent weeks, so the ministry said, citing a growing number of infections among wild and domestic birds in northern and central Europe. The new rules ban outdoor breeding of poultry, shared water resources with wild birds, and the use of ducks and geese alongside other species. The move follows similar confinement orders in Ireland, France and the UK in recent weeks as cases surge with the return of migratory birds to Europe for the winter. The government has struck a deal on changes to the pension system that will put most of the additional cost on its highest earners, so government sources said. The overhaul is a key requirement by Brussels for Spain to access a 4th tranche of European post-pandemic recovery funds and has caused a 4-month dispute within the government as it seeks to hike revenue without penalising future pensioners. Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez says the proposals will provide stability for a pension system under pressure, with one of Europe's largest ageing populations. And seasonally and calendar-adjusted industrial output rose 1.7% in September from the same month a year earlier, so official data from the National Statistics Institute showed this morning. The INE revised down the year-on-year figure for the month of August to a 3.3% rise, from an original 3.4% expansion. That's the latest from DRE. I'm Bob James.